Portland, Maine is a coastal gem that seamlessly blends old-world charm with a vibrant, modern lifestyle. Whether you're drawn by its storied maritime past, world-class culinary scene, or booming craft beer culture, this dynamic city has something for everyone. In this video, we explore the top 10 experiences that capture the essence of Portland, from its cobblestone streets in the Old Port to breathtaking views from historic lighthouses and museums. So, here is the list of 10 best things to do in Portland, Maine. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment your favorite place. Here we go. Number 1. Portland Observatory. The Portland Observatory, a National Historic Landmark since 2006, is an 86-foot tall maritime signal tower built in 1807 by Captain Lemuel Moody on Portland's Munjoy Hill. As the last surviving maritime signal station in the U.S., it played a pivotal role in Portland's shipping industry during the 19th century golden age of sail, using flag signals to notify merchants of approaching vessels up to 30 miles away. Design and construction. Moody, a retired sea captain, employed shipwrights to create an octagonal wooden tower with a tapered design, 32 feet wide at the base, narrowing to 15 feet at the observation deck. The structure's maritime-inspired engineering included 8 massive white pine corner posts, resembling ship masts, and a foundation stabilized by 122 tons of granite ballast to withstand coastal winds. Timber from Wyndham's Pikes Hill was floated down the Presumpscot River and hauled to the site, then braced with diagonal oak supports. Operational history. Subscribers paid $5 annually for Moody to hoist their unique flag upon spotting their ships, streamlining harbor operations. The tower also served as a military watchtower during the War of 1812 and World War II. It remained active until 1923, when radios made visual signaling obsolete. Number 2. Eastern Promenade. Portland's Eastern Promenade, a 78-acre historic waterfront park on Munjoy Hill, blends scenic beauty, recreation, and history. Designed in 1905 by the Olmsted Brothers, creators of New York's Central Park, it features a 2.1-mile paved trail along Casco Bay, connecting downtown Portland to the Back Cove Trail and offering panoramic harbor views. Recreation and features. The Eastern Promenade Trail runs along a former rail corridor, passing East End Beach, a summer hub for swimming, kayaking, and boat launches. The park also includes sports fields, tennis/basketball courts, and picnic areas, with winter activities like sledding. Dogs are welcome in designated off-leash zones near the beach. Design and preservation. The Olmsteds emphasized natural topography, open lawns, and framed water vistas, though their 1905 plan was only partially implemented. Dutch elm disease devastated original trees in the 1960s, replaced by diverse deciduous species. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1989, the park is stewarded by Friends of the Eastern Promenade, a non-profit ensuring its preservation since 2006. Today, the promenade remains a beloved four-season destination, hosting marathons, concerts, and casual strolls against the backdrop of Portland's working waterfront. Its seamless mix of history, landscape architecture, and community spirit makes it a crown jewel of Maine's largest city. Number 3. Portland Headlight. Portland Headlight, completed in 1791, holds the distinction of being Maine's oldest lighthouse and one of the first authorized by George Washington in 1787 during his presidency. Situated in Cape Elizabeth at the entrance to Portland Harbor, its iconic conical tower stands 80 feet tall, 101 feet above sea level, offering sweeping views of Casco Bay. Operational evolution. Automated in 1989, the station now uses a DCB 224 aero beacon, installed in 1991, visible for 24 nautical miles. Its fog signal, a diaphragm horn blasting every 15 seconds, remains critical for navigation. The adjacent Keeper's House, built in 1891, now serves as a maritime museum within Fort Williams Park. Preservation and legacy. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1973, the site was designated a National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark in 2002. The tower's lower section retains original 18th century masonry, while later restorations addressed storm damage and decay. Cultural impact. Renowned as one of the most photographed lighthouses globally, it inspired poets like Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and artists such as Edward Hopper. The surrounding park attracts visitors for its cliffside trails, World War II-era fort remnants, and proximity to Spring Point Ledge Light. Today, Portland Head Light endures as a symbol of Maine's maritime heritage, blending historical significance with rugged coastal beauty. Number 4. Portland Museum of Art. Founded in 1882 as the Portland Society of Art, the Portland Museum of Art is Maine's largest public art institution, housing over 19,000 works spanning 3 centuries. Its collection unites American, European, and contemporary art, with a core focus on Maine's artistic legacy through works by Winslow Homer, Marsden Hartley, Louise Nevelson, and Andrew Wyeth. Architectural heritage. The PMA's campus blends 3 historic structures: the McClellan House, a Federal-era National Historic Landmark; the LDM Sweat Memorial Galleries, 1911, a Beaux-Arts addition by John Calvin Stevens; and the Charles Shipman Payson Building, 1983, a postmodern design by I.M. Pei and Partners. A 2002 renovation integrated these buildings, creating a unique journey through American architectural evolution. Key collections. American art. The State of Maine collection highlights Homer's maritime scenes, including his Prout's Neck studio, now PMA-owned, and N.C. Wyeth's narrative paintings. The 1996 Elizabeth B. Noyce bequest added masterpieces by Childe Hassam and Fitzhugh Lane. European works. The Joan Whitney Payson Collection, 1991, features Impressionist and Modernist icons like Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, and Edvard Munch, shared with Colby College's museum. Decorative arts and photography. Federal-era furniture, Portland-made glassware, and photography by Berenice Abbott and Paul Strand round out the holdings. Number 5. Old Port District. Portland's Old Port District, a National Register-listed historic area, is a vibrant waterfront neighborhood defined by 19th-century brick warehouses, cobblestone streets, and a thriving maritime culture. Established after Portland's 1786 incorporation, it became the city's commercial heart, rebuilt in Victorian brick following the Great Fire of 1866, which destroyed much of the city. Today, it blends preserved 1800s architecture with modern boutiques, seafood restaurants, and craft breweries, offering a tactile link to Maine's maritime past. Cultural hub. The Old Port is celebrated for its fresh seafood, lobster rolls at Eventide Oyster Company, and steamed clams at Street & Company, alongside craft breweries like Shipyard Brewing. The Portland Freedom Trail weaves through the district, highlighting underground railroad sites like the Abyssinian Meeting House, 1828, a National Historic Landmark. Modern revival. Following 1970s suburban mall competition, preservation efforts transformed vacant storefronts into artisan shops and tech hubs, while Congress Street's revitalization attracted galleries and condos. The Old Port Historic Walking Tour, 2.5 hours, 2 miles, explores landmarks like Exchange Street's cast iron buildings and Wharf Street's 18th century foundations. Today, the district remains a living museum, where lobster boats dock beside craft cocktail bars, embodying Portland's blend of heritage and innovation. Number 6. Victoria Mansion. Victoria Mansion, 1860. Also known as the Morse Libby House, is an 11,000-square-foot Italianate villa at 109 Danforth Street in Portland, Maine, and a National Historic Landmark since 1970. Built as a summer retreat for Ruggles Sylvester Morse, a Maine-born hotel magnate who amassed wealth in New Orleans' slave-dependent economy. The brownstone structure is celebrated as one of America's finest surviving examples of pre-Civil War residential architecture. Architectural design. Designed by Henry Austin, known for New Haven's Town Hall and early plans for Hartford's Wadsworth Athenaeum. The mansion features a brownstone facade, ornate cast-iron balconies, and a 25-foot stained glass skylight. Its interiors, commissioned to Gustav Herder, showcase gilded plasterwork, trompe-l'oeil murals by Giuseppe Guidicini, and Herder's only fully intact residential commission in the U.S. The home boasted cutting-edge amenities like hot/cold running water, gas lighting, central heating, and a servant call bell system. Ownership and preservation. Morse summered here until his death in 1893. Sold to dry goods merchant Joseph Libby in 1894, the home retained 90% of its original furnishings until the Libbys vacated in 1929. Facing demolition in 1939 for a gas station, it was rescued by William Holmes, who paid back taxes and opened it as a museum in 1941. Holmes secured royal permission to name it after Queen Victoria, inspired by her Isle of Wight residence. Modern significance. Today, the mansion's original wall paintings, Herder-designed furniture, and Gittesini's illusions, mimicking marble and wood grains, draw visitors worldwide. Recent efforts confront its ties to slavery, acknowledging Morse's New Orleans hotel's reliance on enslaved labor. Open daily, the museum preserves Gilded Age opulence while interrogating the economic systems that funded it, offering a nuanced lens into 19th century America's contradictions. Number 7. Hadlock Field. Hadlock Field, home to the Portland Sea Dogs, AA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox since 2003, is a 6,868-seat minor league ballpark in Portland's West End Sports Complex. Opened in 1994 as a modern facility with retro charm, it features natural grass, 17 skyboxes, and a 17 feet by 53 feet high-definition video board, blending contemporary amenities with classic ballpark aesthetics. Design and features. The park's most iconic element is the Maine Monster, a 37-foot-tall left-field wall built in 2003 to mirror Boston's Green Monster, complete with a manual scoreboard and ladder. Right field includes the U.S. Cellular Pavilion, modeled after Fenway Park's Monster seats, offering countertop seating and close views. A lighthouse in center field rises during home runs and victories, paying homage to Maine's maritime heritage. Fan experience. The concourse showcases team history, including a Hall of Fame, MLB alumni displays, and Eastern League ballpark photos. A bronze statue titled, "For the People of Portland" greets visitors, embodying the community's connection to the team. Despite its residential/commercial location, the park's intimate layout ensures strong sightlines and a family-friendly atmosphere. Hadlock Field remains a cornerstone of Portland sports culture, celebrated for its unique quirks and deep ties to New England's baseball legacy. Number 8. Peaks Island. A 3-mile ferry ride from Portland via Casco Bay lines, Peaks Island is the most populous island in Casco Bay, with 900-plus year-round residents, swelling to thousands in summer. Spanning 720 to 762 acres, it blends historic charm and natural beauty, offering a quiet retreat with Portland's amenities just 20 minutes away. History. Originally Wabanaki land, it was colonized in the 1600s and later renamed for early settlers like George Munjoy. By 1880, it became the Coney Island of Maine, drawing tourists with hotels and amusement parks. During World War II, it housed military installations, remnants of which remain at Battery Steel. Attractions. 5th Maine Museum displays Civil War artifacts, including the 5th Maine Regiment's battle flag, in a restored 1888 lodge. Umbrella Cover Museum, a quirky collection celebrating the ordinary made extraordinary. Battery Steel, explore World War II-era bunkers and gun emplacements on wooded trails. Beaches, Sandy Beach for swimming, Backshore for tidal pools, and Centennial Beach for serene sunsets. Activities. Golf cart tours. Rent from Peaks Island golf carts to navigate the island's 4-mile loop. Kayaking. Paddle along rocky shores with views of Portland Headlight. Dining. Savor lobster rolls at Island Lobster Company or wood-fired pizza at Il Leone. Community and culture. The island retains a close-knit vibe, hosting seasonal festivals and art shows. The Peaks Island Council, established in 2007, advises Portland on local matters, reflecting its unique status as a city neighborhood with island autonomy. With its mix of history, outdoor adventure, and quirky museums, Peaks Island remains a beloved escape within Portland's reach. Number 9. Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. The Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens in Boothbay, Maine, is a stunning destination that combines natural beauty, ecological education, and artistic landscaping. As the largest botanical garden in New England, It offers visitors a unique opportunity to explore diverse gardens, tidal shorelines, and immersive exhibits. Opened in 2007 after 16 years of planning, the coastal Maine Botanical Garden spans over 295 acres, including nearly a mile of tidal saltwater frontage. It features 17 meticulously designed gardens showcasing native Maine plants and species suited to northern coastal conditions. Highlights include the Rhododendron Garden and Veo Meditation Garden, which reflect exceptional landscape architecture. The site is wheelchair accessible and offers family-friendly activities like hiking trails and hands-on exhibits. Educational and ecological focus. The gardens are designed to inspire connections with nature through horticulture and ecological learning. Visitors can explore exhibits on natural history, botany, and habitats while enjoying the tranquility of waterfront landscapes. The mission emphasizes sustainability and education, making it a must-visit for those interested in environmental stewardship. Number 10. Maine Narrow Gauge Railroad. The Maine Narrow Gauge Railroad Company and Museum, operating since 1993, preserves the legacy of Maine's historic 2-foot gauge railways, 610 millimeters, a unique 19th-century network that once spanned 200 miles across rural communities. Located along Portland's eastern Promenade, the museum's 1.5-mile track offers scenic rides paralleling Casco Bay, blending maritime views with rail history. Historical significance. Maine's narrow gauge lines, active from the 1870s to the 1940s, connected remote towns for timber, agriculture, and tourism. The museum's restored locomotives and passenger cars, many salvaged from defunct lines like the Brickton and Saco River Railroad, highlight innovations that served Maine's rugged terrain. Current operations. Visitors ride vintage steam or diesel trains on a route passing the Back Cove Swing Bridge, a relic of the Grand Trunk Railway's Portland-Montreal line, which was damaged by fire in 1984 and remains fixed open. The museum's collection includes rare artifacts, such as original ticket stubs, tools, and Fresnel lenses, alongside hands-on exhibits explaining narrow-gauge engineering, challenges, and preservation. In early 2025, the railroad faced a months-long closure due to track removal for the $660 million Portland Foreside development, a luxury complex replacing part of the historic waterfront route. While initially projected as a 2-week disruption, construction delays extended the shutdown, threatening seasonal operations. The museum relies on volunteers and donations to maintain its fleet, including locomotives temporarily relocated to the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington Railway during renovations. The last word. So guys, this was the best list of things to do in Portland, Maine. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to this city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. The journey through Portland is one of discovery. Whether you're uncovering the secrets of a centuries-old mansion, climbing a historic observatory for panoramic views, or simply savoring the flavors of the sea and the land, this guide has highlighted 10 must-do experiences that collectively offer a comprehensive taste of what makes Portland such a beloved destination. So pack your bags, set your itinerary, and prepare for an adventure in a city where every corner tells a story. Every meal is a celebration, and every moment is an opportunity to create memories. Portland, Maine isn't just a place to visit. It's a place to experience, savor, and remember. Enjoy your trip, and let the magic of Portland leave an indelible mark on your heart. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icons for latest upcoming travel videos. Bye-bye, see you.